Right, I'm stand-up grandma, and I suppose you're wondering if I'm called stand-up grandma, what I'm actually going to do. Are you about to see a grandmother, which I am, stand up? Doesn't sound terribly exciting, and no, I'm not going to stand up, because you see, the noise you hear, if you can hear that, is actually, I'm not in the Star Wars studio, and that's not Darth Vader coming up behind. It's actually my breathing. So standing up is something I do very infrequently, and something I never do is stand up and walk or indeed talk at the same time. So hopefully all goes well. I can now take off this very attractive nose apparatus, and I hopefully will continue to at least sit up and not fall down. So anyway, I guess as I've now managed to sit down and introduce myself, you expect me to be funny now. As I said, I have trouble with my breathing. What I'm considering is a lung transplant. Now, people always go, oh, so you're waiting for someone to die. Well, no, I'm not. I'm just hopefully waiting for a kind donation of some lungs. But there are a few downsides, other than the fact that I won't have Darth Vader impressions constantly following me around. There's a lot of drugs that need to be taken to avoid rejection. So not fun drugs, just the stuff that stop you dying and rejecting much needed lungs. Breathing seems to be quite important to living. Now, some of the side effects is alopecia, which for those of you who don't know means losing your hair, and apparently the hair on my head will go, will get thinner anyway, and I might grow rather a lush growth on my chin, my top lip, and possibly some rather bushy Bob Hawke style eyebrows, all very attractive. And also I need to take cortisone tablets or whatever. You ever heard of roid rage? Well, the cortisone's involved in that, but it's not to build up my muscles, although I will need to continue to do exercises, which means I will build up some muscles. However, I have warned my husband that I may be a little short-tempered, and I'll also put on some weight, another thing courtesy of the roids or cortisones or whatever. I may put on some weight, and I may tend to be short-tempered, so I have warned him that although I may have a life and be able to breathe without the Darth Vader impression, I may actually be a very large, bald, hairy-faced woman with large bushy eyebrows, and I may be inclined to, if I don't get what I want, to grab him by the throat and throw him up against the wall and threaten him with bodily damage. So, anyway, I may not become violent and huge, but I thought it was worth mentioning to him, just so he's prepared, and anyway, it might make him a little bit more cooperative, and I might get my own way a little more often, and don't we all like to get our own way?